This is Derrick Hayes here live with an exclusive Derrick interview with Lou, the social media strategist. He drove in all the way from Tuskegee, Alabama. How you doing today?
Great.
Man, good to see you. I saw your exciting video online and just to meet you in person. It's a great experience. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how people can reach out to you before we get into this Derrick interview.
Well, I am a strategic social media expert. I focus on strictly with businesses and small business owners to help them grow their business through strategic, or I should say proper use of social media. A lot of people just set up their Facebook page or their Twitter account and just say, hey, I got it set up and I'm in business. There's a few things I should say that needs to be done to make sure we grow our business, we get that customer base and that retention through the right use of social media.
Okay, how can they reach out to you before we get into this?
You can give me a call, 334-625-1184. You can email me at Lou, that's L-U, at asimplesolo.com. And you can find me on Facebook. The name's Lutalo, Aryee, so last name Aryee, and Lou, L-U, so very few people out there, so you can find me on Facebook, find me on Twitter, find me on any social media. But again, my phone number, 334-625-1184.
Lou's here to help you make it do.
That's right.
The day of my name is for dream. What is your dream?
What is my dream?
Yes, sir.
My dream is to help as many people as possible get their business to the next level. I spent a lot of time trying to figure out, how do you become Bill Gates? How do you become Warren Buffett? How do you become Michael Dell? These guys, what are these people doing? And I've spent a lot of time studying these people, and specifically, what are the tricks of the trade within your business that you have to do to get that customer base? That's a lot of things we struggle with. How to get more customers? How do we get paid? So, I've taken that and turned it to another level, and that's really been my dream, to really help people to get to that next level.
Okay, the E is for education. How important is education?
And education is key. I even tell any business owner, don't sell. Don't ever sell. Educate. When you educate, you're actually selling in between the lines. So for instance, when I'm putting information out on social media, I'm talking about how social media can better you, how it can better your business, and I get people to call me all the time and say, hey, I saw that post that you put up on social media. I want to know more information. And it tends, down to the 10, it turns into a new customer. So if you have a restaurant, you need to put information about your restaurant, about the food, about where it comes from, about the health benefits. Right. Don't just say, hey, we got a chicken dinner for $5.99. Everybody's doing that. I want to know some information. I want to know, how is that dinner going to make me feel good? So content is key.
Content is key. The R is for resource. What resource does Lou bring to the table that makes you stand out or unique?
Well, I guess I'll talk about my story. 3 years ago, I was in a car wreck, and I've been in business for over 10 years, but after that car wreck, I was forced to stay in the bed. I could not walk, I couldn't go in there for 4 months. So, after you could only watch so much Law & Order and so much Netflix and Hulu, so I was on the line. You could stay online, and with that, a lot of social media, did blogging, did YouTube, and I was like, how do I make it work in my business? How do I make the social media stuff work? And that's really what I focused on, trying to tweak the social media. And I've been doing it. 3 years later, I've got a ton of clients, a diverse group of clients, and I'm helping them build their business with social media. So, that part of it is really making sure that all those things that are out there, I bring that to the table as a resource to make sure, in 30 days, we really build you up a great platform.
Okay, you might have already answered this, but the next R is for ready.
Okay.
When did you know you were ready?
Like I said, my car accident, that was a wake-up call. Tomorrow is not promised.
Right.
Tomorrow is not promised.
I heard you talking with someone else about how you're doing motivation and nobody was motivated.
No. I remember sitting in the hospital, and if you've ever been in a hospital, you get people to come in and they've got this sad face, and it's I had tubes going in and out of me and all this stuff, but I'm like, look, don't I'm in my room, I'm already hurt. I don't need to be sad too. You know.
I understand.
So I'm telling folks, you got. I literally tell you go out and you come back in and you go out of the room, come back in with a smile on your face.
Right.
Or you don't come back in here. Because look, I got enough going on. I need some encouragement.
Right.
So yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. I just want to mention that because people need to hear that.
Yeah.
Service is everything.
Yeah.
The eyes for individual. Can you name one individual, or you can name others, but at least one individual in your network, someone you know that others should learn more about?
Oh wow. You only got one.
No. I said at least one.
Oh wow. You know, when it comes down to, and you're talking about just as far as my influence, as far as the things that influence me, or my personal network.
Personal network. Because it's somebody that people can actually tap into your network. It's all about paying it forward.
Right. You can log into my website, and you know I've got testimonials on my web page, on my business page, and on my web page that you know people have talked about how you know what I've done has helped them. So plenty of folk. You know, many of my folk in the Auburn, Tuskegee, Montgomery area.
Just like when we had Michael Jordan, the next came next came Kobe. Because this interview is gonna be heard by a lot of people through your network, through my network, and you never know whose life we can touch through just you mentioning something.
Well, you know. I have to admit, I'm not big on the whole name dropping. I'm more of a behind the scenes person. I work with quite a few people, most of the folks have probably been elected officials. So you know that's been my network. But now I'm strictly business owners, and a lot of my business owners are small business owners that are not the famous people. You know, I'm focused on helping those folks, you know, who are the small guy to become the bigger guy.
Any small guys?
I could mention quite a few folks. I mean, we could go to. We could talk about one of my clients who's out of Auburn. I guess Jennifer Sammons. I'm sure she wouldn't mind me mentioning her. Okay. She's an also speech pathologist, and she works with children with disabilities and autistic to really help them get communication. She actually goes to their home. She has been awesome. She's one of my clients. I work with her doing her business.
That's beautiful. Yeah. I work with autistic males, so I understand. Because you never know who's listening, man. You never know who may hear a name, and there may be somebody out there that needs to go to a speech pathologist or have one come to them.
That's true. You know, it's funny. If probably the camera wasn't on and I wasn't sitting here, I could probably list all my clients and just roll them out.
But one is better than one.
Yeah, but you know, I've got a client out of Selma. She's got a party store, an excellent store. Leslie Petaway. It's called Petaway's Party Stops, and I definitely want to give her a shout out.
Leslie Petaway in Selma, Alabama.
Selma out of Alabama.
Petaway's Party Place.
Right. She does she mostly focuses with children. And kids parties, and she's actually got a store, so you can go to that store and get all the great supplies you need if you're going to plan your party on your own. And she's got a party place right there, and she gives anything you can imagine, from Mickey Mouse to SpongeBob to Superman, all those different things for kids, and great business, great client.
Okay, to see my name for challenges. You mentioned one of your challenges. What is another challenge that you had to overcome?
There's time management. As your business builds, it's time. Or my dad, he's a college professor, so he doesn't say time management. He says behavior management. He said we can't manage time. Time continues to go. We can't stop it. So he said it's our behavior. So that's been the thing that I have to overcome. When I get new clients, you don't want to get, the worst thing you want is to get a new client and not be able to service them. Right. So me being able to get a new client, service them, be able to delegate things to my assistant, and my assistant is awesome. But being able to get stuff to her, and she keeps me in check at times. Right. And so that's a new challenge. You can start getting more and more customers, being able to balance that service.
Okay. The K is for keys to success. What is a key or 2 or 3 keys to success that you believe for others?
Okay. Well, let's that's interesting. I'm writing a book now, and it's called 7 Steps to Success. It's called Crash Course to Success. That's the name.
Crash Course.
And you can understand why I go with Crash Course.
Right.
So, not to go too long, the first step is, you got to set a goal.
Right.
You got to set a goal. You wake up in the morning, your goal might be to go to work. So you know that you're not just getting in the car and you're saying, where do I need to go? You're going to work. So that's the first step. The next step is faith. You've got to have faith. You've got to believe it.
Right.
That it's going to happen. If you don't believe it, it's not going to happen. So that next step is faith. And after that, you got a plan.
Right.
So you got to put a plan in place to make sure if that goal is there, you've got faith it's going to happen. You got to get that plan. You got to have some type of initiative to put into it. And then one of my favorite things. This is a term that I've come up with. I haven't seen anybody. I've call it being politely persistent. Okay. All right. Politely persistent. You got to be persistent for the things that you want to get. An example was a couple weeks ago. I made a phone call. I was trying to plan something. I made a call. And I called the director, and they told me the director wasn't in. They told me, to call back the next day. So I waited, and I called back the next day, and she wasn't available, but they took the message. And actually, I'm gonna tell you, they took the message. I got a call back, but they said they're busy. Call back in an hour. I waited an hour, 10 minutes. Called back, being persistent. They called again. They said they were busy. Called back again. They told me, kept telling me to call back. I called back. I stayed on that persistent. Finally, at the end of the day, they said, you know what? This is a bad day. Can you call back tomorrow? Okay. Call back tomorrow. Call back that morning. The director wasn't available. They sent a message. They said the director called me. Now, I'm going to tell you, it was 9 o'clock that morning I called. 1 o'clock, I was ready. I was fired up. I wanted to call back. But the polite part, my persistence said, wait 24 hours. People are busy. People have things to do. You don't want to be a stalker.
Right.
That's just rude. It's kind of disrespectful. Let people do that. Waited 24 hours. Called back the next day. They were extremely apologetic. They took my call. We got the issue taken care of. So that's one thing. You got to be persistent. You got to be politely persistent. Okay. And after that, it's relationships. It's building relationships.
Right.
And I'm not talking about getting married. I'm talking about your black book is the key to your success. It's about who you know. And it's about those relationships you build. There's no CEO that will tell you they did it by themselves.
Right.
So it's about building those relationships. That's one big key about networking with those people, and not just networking, getting a card and just say, hey, I got this card. It's about following up, it's calling that person at least once a month just to say hello.
Right.
Calling them and say, is there anything I can do to help you? And let them know what it is that you do, because eventually it can turn into that new client. So relationships are key. And then, after relationships, you've got to take action. Point blank. You can have a goal, you can have faith, okay? You can be persistent, you can have those relationships, but if you don't take action, that is being on the right track, and you're just sitting on the track.
Right.
You're feeling good, you got your plan there, you got your goal in place, you got all the people that you know, but you're just sitting on the track. So being on the right track, you gotta move.
Like being in the starting block and not going.
Because if you sit on that track, that train gonna come and run you over.
Right.
So those are the steps that I would.
Okay.
I hope that's good stuff.
Very helpful. Very helpful. Before we close, anything else you want to add, or tell them how you can reach out to you again? How they can reach out to you again?
Actually, I want to say I appreciate your motivation.
No problem.
You got some good stuff going. Yeah, I don't know how well you put yourself out there, but you got some great stuff, great motivation. I love the name breakdown.
Most definitely. This is Lou. This is Derrick Hayes. Well, we give you a Derrick interview to promote everything that you're trying to do.
I appreciate that.
And check them out. What's the website again?
It's ASimpleSolo, ASimpleSolo.com. And we are your strategic social media experts.
And you heard it here first. Logo.